What's up, y'all? It's Ty. In this video today, we're going to be talking specifically about the auction house returning, about MyTEAM points, and how we as a community need to approach this upcoming year. Because, in my opinion, this is the biggest year in MyTEAM history. Like, what was a disaster of last year? This is kind of a boomer bust for 2K, for MyTEAM, for the community. And I think everybody needs to do their part. Now, again, I'm for the community, so I'm going to be talking a little bit or a lot about what my team needs to do specifically if they want to keep the community, together. So let's start with this. When it comes to buying MT, it's basically something that every competitive player did in 2K19 to like 2K23. It's something that everybody did, and it's something that since everybody did it and got away with it, everybody, more and more people did it. I even compare it to speeding a lot of times, right? Speeding obviously is against the law, and nearly everybody does it, whether it's 5 miles over. If you're, in a 65 or 70, most people go above that. Are you breaking the law? Technically, yes, but it's something that I thought from 2K's perspective, they didn't really care about. Obviously, in 2K23, they implemented bans. They banned people from the 250K tournament. They did things a horrible, horrible way. But then they started incorrectly banning people as well. Moving into 2K25, I'm going to say it like this. 2K needs to be nearly perfect when it comes to this. This is the boomer bust year. Let's take it upon ourselves to follow the rules. You can snipe cards. You can make so much MT sniping cards. You can play the game, make MT stuff like that. But on 2K's side, they've got to still make every card accessible. Don't hide cards behind a paywall. They've got to ban people that do buy MT, because otherwise, let's say 6% of the community buys MT. Well, then guess what? We get a Yao Ming that's auctionable. Nobody's going to have 2 million coins to spend on him if you're doing things the right way. And then, compared to the people who do buy MT every week, they've got all the MT in the world. Yes, the community needs to do their part, but 2K needs to do their part as well. What I will say is this. If the community starts buying MT and it becomes kind of normalized like it did in past years, there's going to be a better chance for the auction house to be removed in the future. If 2K, let's say, can't find a way to ban the people that do buy MT, it ruins the game mode from start to finish. So I get, honestly, why people that didn't buy MT in the past were kind of upset at those that did. Like, I get it. I still don't think it's necessarily the community's fault. I think 2K should be able to manage it at least a little bit better, put more resources into it. But I do think at this stage, it's on the community as much as it is on 2K themselves. And we saw how much of a disaster last year was. I mean, with no auction house, or even when it comes to like 2K controlling the auction house specifically. If MT buying becomes a big thing, we could see them, set specific prices for players within the auction house. So then it kind of becomes a mix of the auction house and player market. Look, I'm not saying that the community was at fault in the past. I'm not saying that the community will be at fault in the future if 2K themselves can't prevent this. But at the end of the day, how hard is it to find, bots that make MT on a consistent basis that sell it to other people? They should be able to monitor each and every account. And from there moving forward, guys, they should be able to see, okay, what is abnormal, what's normal. It's easy to see what's a snipe. It's easy to see what people are doing to make their MT. Like if somebody has a bot that is continuously loading, I think they used to do it in Triple Threat Online or Triple Threat, or let's say they have a bot loading into the new offline games, they should be able to track that and see that. Another thing I do want to say that I have not talked about. If you do take a risk with this zero tolerance thing, even if it's proven to have worked, you're taking a big time risk. So let's say an MT seller comes to you and says, oh, well, and nobody's gotten banned yet. Just know 2K can see all of your transactions. So once they find the seller, they can see who they transferred that MT to and ban each and every one of those accounts. So I'm going in with the approach that no matter what happens this year, even if there is a 250K tournament, I am not going to buy MT. I'm not going to ever promote MT. The only thing it can do is make the mode worse, genuinely, for each and everybody involved. Now, again, on the other side of it, 2K has to do their job, because if people see that some people are getting away with MT, or even some of their friends have bought MT and their team's way better for maybe less than they've spent, they're going to get mad. They're going to feel the desire to buy MT. So it goes both ways, but I'm just just saying I don't think there are very many things that can come of it that are good. The other thing I'm going to say is this. If people are going to buy coins and 2K can't ban them, your auction house, the thing that we all love, the thing that, we are so glad to have back in the game, it's going to be gone. Whether in this game, whether in future games, it is going to be gone for good. This, in my opinion, is the make or break year. Like I said, for the community, for 2K. Can the community be trusted to have an auction house to not buy MT? And on the flip side of things, can 2K be trusted to uphold that zero tolerance policy, to actually ban people for buying MT? It's like in your state or even city. If a city comes out with a zero tolerance policy, let's say it's parking on the streets, right? You have a 3-hour parking zone, and anything over that, it's a zero tolerance. You will be whatever, ticketed, towed, whatever it is. And then people do it anyways. And more people are going to continue to do it. If they see people getting towed or people getting tickets, then less and less people are going to do that. It's how life works, guys. It's on both sides to kind of, deal with it. But I will say this. People are going to try to buy MT early on, especially the MT sellers. They're going to test all these things out. And if 2K does a good job of this early on, nobody's going to buy MT. The auction house is going to be back to normal. People are going to be able to snipe. Every card, hopefully, from 2K's side is going to be accessible. They've got to trust the community as much as we trust them. It's kind of a hard thing to do after they took away the auction house last year. They didn't listen to any of our communication last year. But at the end of the day, if we want MyTEAM to be what it once was, we've got to work some stage together. If we want the auction house specifically to be great, 2K's got to hold up their end of the deal with the zero tolerance thing. We've got to hold up our end of the deal by not testing it, not buying MT, doing things the right way. The last thing I want to see, though, is for somebody to do things the right way and get banned. Because that was a big time issue in 2K23 where people were getting wrongly banned and pushing people away from their game. So my opinion on this is think twice before buying MT. It's not only because of the possibility of being banned, but there are further consequences within that. You're giving 2K a reason to make cards, whether, like, let's say people are buying MT to get Yao Ming. Well, guess what? Then they're going to make that Yao Ming an insert in packs that is pack only. Also, you're going to make that auction house a little more in question heading into the future, or they might just control their own prices on the auction house specifically, and that's not something we want either. So think twice before really, diving into this, guys. I promise you, steer clear of it. I won't promote it. I never have promoted MT, but I'm not going to do anything like that just for the sole fact of it is not worth it. It's not worth it. Do things the right way. As long as 2K does things how they say they're going to as well, we could have a great year heading into NBA 2K25. That's going to wrap it up for my video. Let me know your thoughts on this down below in the comments. Drop a like on the video, subscribe if you are new, and as always, man, I love you guys. Have a blessed day.